There could soon be a new way to get around town in Rocky Mount. For more than a year now, city leaders have considered swapping out their entire bus fleet here for a fleet of regular cars, a city-run rideshare service like an Uber or Lyft. Wilson apparently did this a while back, and it's going well for them. But after some consideration, Rocky Mount may try a different strategy, adding the rideshares and keeping the buses. WRAL's Keenan Willard has the latest.
This week, city leaders got an update on a study of how microtransit could work in Rocky Mount. Last fall, Rocky Mount began exploring a switch from conventional city buses to ride shares offered by the city. Wilson replaced all of its buses with ride shares in 2020, with city leaders telling WRAL they're seeing 3 times as many riders as before. A new report from consultants shows how city-run Ubers could best serve Rocky Mount.
We have a number of areas within the city that have a low ridership that creation of micro-transit zones would be more than appropriate.
The study found that Rocky Mount's central bus routes are heavily used, but the routes that go out farther into Nash and Edgecombe counties are lagging behind. The report recommends keeping 8 of the busiest bus routes and replacing 2 routes with micro-transit zones where residents could call a rideshare.
And clearly the impact of that for our community would be rather significant. Particularly for those who have unreliable transportation.
The report says implementing city-run rideshares could cost more than $24.4 million over 7 years. Rocky Mount's mayor says the city hasn't committed to establish rideshares just yet. Next steps for the city would be designing a rideshare system and determining how to pay for it, including applying for federal grant money or using remaining American Rescue Plan funds.
We still have quite a bit of money available for projects such as this. If we deem, if the council deems this is something they consider it a priority.
Some in the community support the move. The report showed 20% of Rocky Mount bus riders live in poverty, 19% are over 65, and 19% live with disabilities. Bronson Williams says getting transportation directly to those in underserved areas could be a game changer.
When you're able to put a transportation opportunity right at the doorstep of an individual, it's way better than having to walk out into the rain or this, that, and third to get to a bus stop and this. So, I really do think it's going to be beneficial.
Keenan Willard, WRAL News, Rocky Mount.